Hey, Jeannie. I remember your very first service game of the match. It seemed like the worst time for the sun to just start blazing. I remember you looked up at the sun. You're just like, do you think the heat affected your play today?
Not at all. I train in Miami, so this is like an average day in Miami, so I'm used to it.
She's obviously a player who doesn't give anybody any rhythm or any rallies. How tough? You're an aggressive player too, but how tough is it to adjust to when you don't get to hit a lot of balls in the match?
Yeah, she kind of plays not like any other player, really. Absolutely no rhythm. Not long points at all. So yeah, I found it hard to get my feeling and get into points and stuff.
So what did you think about the speed of the court? Was it, I mean, we're just at the beginning of the hard court season, and, you know, did you find it fast? It's usually players think that these courts are pretty fast.
Someone got a Google alert here. And to watch Orange is the New Black. Whose phone is that? Really? Yeah, I don't want to invade privacy. I mean, I didn't notice anything particular with the court, but my opponent obviously was, hitting pretty hard, I thought. So, yeah. She was, yeah.
The Olympics are only a couple weeks away, and one of the biggest concerns for several different athletes is the Zika virus. Have you made your decision as to what you're going to do?
No, I'm kind of a last-minute person, so I'm going to make a decision next week, I guess, the week before. I really don't know what to do at this point.
Jeannie, how difficult was it when you battled back to 4-all in the first set and couldn't close the deal? Yeah.
I mean, it's frustrating, but I felt like I shouldn't have been in that hole in the beginning, I shouldn't have been down 4-1, but I don't know. It took me a while to get myself going a little bit, and without having any rhythm on the court, I felt kind of out of it. I don't know.
It's on Zika. What are you considering? Are you doing research into it? Are you talking to people, or how do you go about weighing the pros and cons of playing?
Yeah, I am trying to learn as much as I can about it. Obviously, I don't know if anyone knows enough about it to really give a good opinion on whether as athletes we should go or not. I just don't know if the health of my future babies is worth it. So that's what I'm trying to decide in my head.
It sounds like you're pretty reluctant, though. I mean, because most players who haven't made up their minds yet are saying, or who haven't pulled out yet, are saying they plan on going, but you're being much more clearly leaning, at least still wobbling.
Yeah, I'm truly undecided, and you see more and more people pulling out, as kind of the deadline gets closer. It's just unfortunate because it would be my first games, and to have a problem like this kind of dampening the excitement of, potentially your first Olympic Games, it really sucks, to be honest. So I don't know. It's something I haven't been thinking about, and I'm just going to wake up and make a decision next Friday, and that's it.
Does it change your thinking at all when other top players like Milos and have other people pulled out? Because it was sort of all at once. There hadn't been many, and then a bunch pulled out over the weekend.
Yeah, and also, I mean, obviously some golfers pulled out as well, and some, the most high-profile ones. So I don't know. It's also been surprising to me that more men have pulled out than women because of this reason. So it just gets you thinking,
You've always had such a strong sense of self and of confidence, especially out there on court. How do you maintain that, especially as you've been, your results haven't been as consistent lately? I know you've been a little frustrated with your game. So how do you keep that confidence?
I mean, I think sometimes I have less of it than other times. I mean, I'm not walking around thinking I'm unbelievable. But it also shouldn't depend completely on results. It's also just who you are as a person. Working as hard as you can in life, whatever you do in life, and I don't want the love from my family to depend on my ranking this week. So I try to see it as not just tennis centered, if that makes sense.
Is there any particular thing you've kind of leaned on the past, I guess, year or so as you've kind of been trying to build your ranking back up?
I think, I mean, I was confused and was struggling a lot last year, and it's been nice to kind of feel like I have better guidance this time around this year. That obviously helps and gives me more confidence. And just just kind of telling myself just to not give a shit about what people think or say around me. You know, my career's short, life is so short, so I don't want to waste time worried about what all you guys think.
So, Azarenka, were you surprised that Azarenka was pregnant, and did you even know that she had, someone to be pregnant with, a wife?
I was surprised, like I think most people were. Don't really have anything else to say about it.
Okay, and then a bunch of fans on Twitter are asking constantly, are you Team Taylor or Team Kanye and Kim?
Oh my god, that's so funny. I was just reading the Snapchat thing about it before coming in here. This is probably like the hardest question all day. I mean, I love Taylor Swift, and I went to her concert, and like I love her songs and everything. But I feel like sometimes she portrays herself as the victim a lot, and she did this time around. And she said that she wasn't aware of that specific line, like that bitch. And but she heard like the other line about having sex. So I was like, really, what's like the huge difference? You know what I mean? Like you approve the thing where Kanye says he'll have sex with you, but you didn't hear like the time he said bitch. Like, come on, like it's all the same thing to me. So I think she just like way overreacted, and yeah, I think she just tried to get attention by saying she didn't approve of that. Mm-hmm. But it's the celeb world, and it's just entertains me while I'm here alone in DC.
You head back to Montreal next for the Rogers Cup. So I know last time you were there, it wasn't the best of memories. So how are you going to handle expectations this time around?
Well, the goal was to try to get some matches in DC, and that plan did not work out very well. And the plan was to stay here, obviously, longer. Maybe I'll still stay here anyway, and I won't go to Montreal. There are some museums I want to visit over here. There's one like the International Spy Museum, which I think like sounds sick. I also want to visit the Smithsonian, the Air and Space one. So maybe to just stay away from the Montreal craziness, I'll stay here. I don't know. Thank you, guys. Thank you.